What is happening, everybody? Welcome back. Hope you all had a fantastic weekend. In today's episode, we're going to do a review and token analysis on Icon, a very popular South Korean cryptocurrency. Right now, Icon's actually at 6 times below its all-time high, so plenty of room for growth here. It's also actually 17 times up in US dollar value since its ICO in September, so it's still doing incredibly well. Also in this, I'm going to give you my price prediction for Icon for this year and what it might be at the end of the year. Remember, it's just my humble opinion. Don't take my word for it. In the review, we're going to go through some recent announcements, the background of Icon, its team, its organizational structure, partners, community, token metrics, and any possible threats to the project. Remember, timestamps will be in the description and of course in the comments below, so go ahead and use those. Also, this is not financial advice, please guys, this is just my opinion. Don't take my word for it. Do your own due diligence before investing in any cryptocurrency. And then again, if you've enjoyed this, guys, you're bullish on Icon and you're ready to get going with Icon, or of course you're hodling Icon, give us a thumbs up. Really helps for us to be found on YouTube, as we are fairly new. And then of course go ahead and comment and subscribe if you've enjoyed this content. Let's get into it. I'm Maximilian, your crypto broker, and let's take a look at Icon. Okay, brilliant. So first things first, let's take a look at Icon's price metrics for today and whereabouts we are. Icon at $1.97, incredibly low from its all-time high, just above $12 odd, down just under 5% for today. Current 24-hour trading volume, very healthy at around 50 million US dollars. It always does tend to have a very healthy volume in terms of daily trading. When we look at its market cap, now quite below 1 billion US dollars, roughly 762 million. So this is still, it's not incredibly big. It's still higher than average though, and making it the 24th biggest crypto on the market. Remember, like I've said, it's incredibly low compared to its all-time highs, as you'll see here at around $12.47. So just over 6 times below its all-time high. So plenty of room for growth here with Icon. So before we jump into the background of Icon, I just want to quickly show you the recent tweet that's come out from them in regards to their recent achievements in the first quarter of 2018. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly take you through these, briefly explain each one, and then after that we're going to go into what Icon's all about, and then of course its team, its community, its token, and of course any threats to its project. So first things first, obviously, it's very good to see Icon come out with quarterly reports. So the first quarter of the year of 2018 has passed and April is coming. We would like to look back and share the achievements with this community. So first thing, starting off 2018 in January, Kyber were very proud to partner with the Kyber network, a decentralized exchange. If you go look at our last 2 videos, they were on Kyber. We're very bullish on Kyber, and Kyber have actually partnered with a lot of very well-known cryptocurrencies. So as you'll see here, what they have to say is that Icon has signed a strategic partnership with the Kyber network, a decentralized exchange that facilitates instant conversion of crypto assets with guaranteed liquidity. The partnership with Kyber Network has given us a boost in the momentum of building a token exchange system, which is a key component of the inter-blockchain ecosystem. You might know, you might not know yet, but Icon are building a decentralized exchange. Unfortunately, that was actually meant to be live already. It has taken a little bit longer than expected, but they will be using Kyber Network's API and their trading platform to integrate into their decentralized exchange. So that's really cool. I'm very bullish on that. Then of course we had the Icon mainnet launch, which was on the 25th of January, which is a big deal. So they're their own independent blockchain, and they released their mainnet. So here it reads, on January 24th, the Icon mainnet Genesis block was successfully created. The mainnet launch marks the starting point of Icon team's journey toward achieving the vision of hyperconnect the world. So, it's great to see them having their mainnet out and ready to go. A lot of these cryptos out there don't yet have any mainnets. Some are on testnet, some are still building. So Icon are ready, they're on their mainnet, and, onwards and upwards, let's hope. Okay, so moving further on, at the end of January as well, they had their annual summit, which was actually a very big deal in Korea. They had it in Korea's tallest building. It was a very well attended event. It says here, the first Icon annual summit, the genesis was held with 300 plus guests and 3,000 plus YouTubers worldwide. The highlights of the event include mainnet, their roadmap, token economy, and DApp and new partnerships, which we'll go through in this video, of course. Then moving on into February, they signed an MOU between the Loop and Smilegate. You may ask yourself, what is the Loop? The Loop is actually the blockchain infrastructure that's been used to build Icon. It's been around in Korea for some time, very well known, and of course have built plenty of blockchain systems and are helping to build Icon. You might also ask yourself, who are Smilegate Stove? Well, Smilegate Stove are actually very well known in Korea and run one of the largest and most successful gaming platforms in Korea. It says here, Icon is signed, let me just highlight this for you guys, with Smilegate Stove, a game platform service provider of the Smilegate Group. In cooperation with Smilegate Stove, Icon has been able to enter the global gaming market, as well as start to create a blockchain-based next-generation game platform. I'm very bullish on that because I think gaming is definitely a great way for network effects going into the future of crypto. A lot of people that game online are using digital money or digital goods to trade, and I think it just goes really well hand in hand with the cryptocurrency scene. So that's a big move for Icon, and again, bullish news. You'll also see quite a few partnerships being signed. Another MOU between the Loop and Ryan Secure, so a lot of handshaking, a lot of signing. Ryan Secure and the Loop are basically working together for a biometric technology and have signed to co-develop a FIDO system using blockchain technology. FIDO is a global standard for biometrics and is considered as one of the next generation authentication technology. Again, that is very bullish because I think identity on the blockchain is going to be very, very important, especially as it becomes more mainstream and more, average men and women are to use the blockchain. We need a sustainable and safe way to identify ourselves on these systems. You might know of on-chain and ontology. They're doing something similar. Okay. Some more handshaking and some more partnerships. As you can see, they've been very busy getting more and more partnerships. Says the Loop has signed an MOU with Cyberdyme, a company specializing in unstructured contents management, to jointly develop a blockchain-based contract platform. Okay, so that's a little bit confusing, but again, another good partnership, and good to see them, collaborating with industry-leading businesses that are not necessarily in the blockchain space, but are working towards building a blockchain infrastructure. And then, very, very exciting, the launch of ICO Next, which will be Icon's wallet and the way that you will store your tokens, and not just ICX, you can also store other ones. For example, like Ethereum or any of these other ICOs that are going to get launched on Icon, which we'll go through as well. What it reads here is ICO Next is a wallet that can hold not only Icon, but also a variety of encrypted currencies. Starting with the PC version that has been launched, Android and iOS support is under development, which is expected to launch soon. So that's very, very cool. Goes on to about their tour. And lastly, but very, very bullish, is that Icon was listed on BitThumb and Upbit, two really enormous exchanges in Korea. You'll be very familiar with BitThumb, and most of you will know about Upbit. Whenever anything is listed on BitThumb, huge amount of liquidity is added to the market, and usually we see a good rise. I think we saw over a 45% rise in Icon over those few days when it was listed on BitThumb. And yeah, so that's very, very good news for Icon. So that's pretty much the most recent updates from Icon. And I thought I'd just go through those to give you a refresher before we go and dive into what Icon is. So let's do exactly that. Let's jump into Icon and its website. If you haven't yet looked at it, basically they're all about interoperability and helping blockchains and different businesses all communicate with one another to build a decentralized community across the world, of course. It says hyperconnect the world. The Icon project is building one of the largest decentralized networks in the world. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to read through some of my own words here, some of my own research that I've done. What I'll do is I'll also try put up one or two notes in this video afterwards, so you'll be able to read along with me. But in my own words, Icon will represent one of the largest networks able to connect different blockchain-based communities through smart contracts and interoperability. Icon will have real-world applications in different sectors, mainly the financial, institutional sectors, e-commerce platforms, and universities. The team is promising high level of usability and scalability thanks to its unique DPoS, or Delegated Proof of Stake consensus, as well as a decentralized development for dApps, decentralized apps. It promises to solve Ethereum scaling problems better than EOS and design a decentralized exchange with lower transaction fees than Bancor. Cool. So Icon's vision is to change the concept of community nowadays, limited by geographical boundaries within certain social and political functions, to a concept that is more direct, fluid, based on exchange of value, and run by artificial intelligence. Icon is also a project of DAYLI Financial Group, and has been built using the Loop, which is the company that built the underlying blockchain technology of Icon. Which are also owned by the DAYLI Financial Group. You may ask yourself, who are DAYLI Financial Group? We're going to go on that right now. Big corporation in South Korea and across Asia, and have been behind quite a few different projects, and are the project that built or are in charge of building Icon. Before we get on to that quickly, I just want to give you an idea of what Icon are going to do. So, as we've said already, they got this ICO Next, which will be their wallet and place for their ICOs in the future to store your tokens. You got ICO NEC, which is really awesome. We have shortly discussed identity, but identity is a really big problem right now on the blockchain, and they've got this cool thing called ICO NEC. ICO NEC is a convenient wallet ID used in the Icon network. Use your own unique nickname instead of long and complicated default addresses. So I think that is really cool. The average man or woman aren't going to want to faff about with a long ass wallet ID with numbers and letters. They're going to make it really easy for you to use it, and basically you're going to register your name, and that will be your wallet ID there throughout. And then the BIA, as a key member of the Blockchain Interoperability Alliance, Icon shares a common goal to interconnect with isolated blockchain networks and to develop global standards for inter-blockchain networks. You might not be too familiar, but Icon are part of an interoperability alliance with OneChain and Aeon, and we do believe that more and more cryptos will join this interoperability alliance. Okay. Brilliant. So first things first, let's jump into the organizational structure of Icon. What I want to show you first is the DAYLI Financial Group. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. If not, then let me know in the comments below. So what they're all about is for your better financial tomorrow, DAYLI Financial Group. Okay, well that's very short and sweet there. Just a quick about us. DAYLI Financial Group is the largest fintech company established in February 2015. Our goal is to provide financial services that enrich the daily life of our customers around the world based on services and technical competence necessary for financial innovations such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, robot advisor, and cryptocurrency. So they're doing a lot. and they're behind a lot of really well-known projects. When it comes to business, DAYLI consists of various companies with financial specific services and technologies. Based on synergies among our family companies, we provide customized services that provide substantial benefits to customers across all areas of finance. So let's just quickly look here. When it comes to cryptocurrency, it says here DAYLI operates diverse cryptocurrency services, including cryptocurrency exchange center and foreign remittance services. DAYLI also aims to establish an ecosystem of decentralized exchange services through blockchain technology and cryptocurrency-based money transfer or payment methods. Cool. So, you know, very well-respected, enormous company here with a lot of is the parent company of a lot of other very successful businesses in Asia, and of course of Icon. If we just quickly look at DAYLI Financial and what Crunchbase has to say about them, total venture capital funding of around $100 million US, 97 million, has been established in February of 2015, and of course has been around at the forefront of artificial intelligence, big data, cryptocurrency, fintech, machine learning, and a lot of other very important financial services. Cool. And then what we want to do is quickly look through the organizational structure of this image I found, which is all the different aspects interconnecting Icon. You'll see here Icon in the middle, part of that interoperability alliance with WAN chain and Ion. Of course, right here in the middle, you've got the loop, DAYLI Financial or Intelligence. I'm not too certain on what DaVinci is, but I can look into that. And then, of course, from that, you've got DaVinci Financial Group, which we talked about, and now Coin1, which we've suggested as well, very well-known exchange. And then, of course, some partners of DAYLI Financial and Intelligence is, there's one here, yeah, like Samsung, you're going to recognize that. A whole lot of others here, but these are mainly Korean businesses, which a lot of us probably aren't too familiar with. We'll also know that the Loop, which has built Icon's blockchain, is in partnership or working with SBI Ripple Asia. So that, of course, is very bullish as well, being aligned with Ripple, and like it or not, Ripple is right at the forefront of cryptocurrency and banking partnerships and all that crazy stuff. First things first, let's take a good look at their advisors. You might immediately recognize Mr. Don Tapscott here. Don is one of the world's leading authorities in innovation, media, and economic social impact of technology, and of course the blockchain. Paul Veradita-Kit, sorry mate if I mispronounced your name. Paul is a partner of Pantera Capital, leading blockchain investments. Prior to joining Pantera, he worked at Strive Capital as an associate, focusing on investments in the mobile space. If you're not familiar with Pantera Capital, very well-known cryptocurrency investment fund, and have been behind some of the earliest and most successful cryptocurrencies. Usually, if you see Pantera Capital as one of the investing partners, you know that this crypto will definitely have good financial backing for the short to medium term future, and the fact that they're backing Icon looks very bullish on their behalf. And then Jehan Chu. Jehan is a former front-end developer with 10 years experience in web and enterprise application development. He has been a cryptocurrency investor since 2013. Same here, mate. With successful investments including Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and others. So that's good to know that they've got good representation and good advisors when it comes to development and enterprise development. If we move on to their actual core team, Foundation Council, one second here. You've got some guys you might recognize, J.H. Kim from the photos early on, but the Foundation Council members are KGE, J.H. Kim, and J. Kim. KJ is the founder of Nomad Connection and CEO at DAYLI Intelligence. We've already gone through DAYLI. He's obviously the man behind them and the man that will be steering Icon in the right direction. J.H. Kim, he majored in computer science and engineering at Post-Tech University and has worked in the field of information security for nearly 20 years. He has experience in developing patented applications such as PKI authentication and security protocol products. So he's, well involved when it comes to digital and the digital space, focusing on ID and security, which are two major things in this space. And then lastly, Jay Kim. Jay holds BA in political science and philosophy from Korea University. As CPA and PwC consulting for over 10 years, Jay was a specialist in strategy and IT operations for leading financial institutions. So he's obviously, the math man behind everything and taking the risks when it comes to investing or finding certain projects that they want to be part of. So yeah, so that's the team and advisors. Very, very strong, very, very bullish on that. It looks like they've got everything sorted when it comes to their, I would say, business model or their offering. Do also keep in mind that Mr. Tapscott doesn't necessarily put his name against every project. Very rarely will you see him on it, and that's a good recommendation for you guys in terms of giving a thumbs up for the Icon project. Okay, so let's then jump on to Icon's community. If we look through Icon and their following, the Icon's main channel is Twitter, on which it counts for roughly around 91,000 followers, which is a fair amount, not too bad. The team uses Twitter to post their main news with high frequency, average around 1.3 posts per day, and complements with small official channels on Facebook with roughly around 6.8 thousand followers, and Telegram with around 20,000 followers. So they do have a pretty good following. That 91,000 followers on Twitter is very decent, way above average. The size of the community is still not excessively hyped if compared to coins gravitating in higher positions of CoinMarketCap. For example, let's use Ripple. Ripple has 850 odd K followers. Litecoin around 400,000 odd, and EOS 130,000 odd, as well as Tron at around 300,000 odd. It should be mentioned that Twitter does not represent the main social media for usage in Korea, in which Kakao Talk and Facebook have wider coverage. So keep in mind, even though they are focused on South Korea, they still have a very decent following, which is, very bullish and very good. Because the community is key when it comes to crypto. These are the people that are going to take your crypto to the next, or keep it alive really, by investing in it or hodling it. And of course, the communities are what keep the backbone of these cryptos going. Moving into institutional partners and their strategic partners. If you go to their site and you go to partners, you'll see, as I've suggested just earlier, that they are backed by some big crypto investment funds, and of course by some other cryptocurrency partnerships. When it comes to their investment fund partners, they've got Pantera Capital, Kinetic Capital, Coinsilium, which is here in the UK, and Hashed, which is in Korea. The two most important ones are Pantera and Kinetic Capital, probably two of the top five in the industry that I know of. There's a few others, but these two are the ones you want to research, and good news that they are behind Icon. When it comes to their partners, when it comes to cryptocurrency partners, they have partnered with, as I've said, OneChain and Aeon for their Interoperability Alliance. And of course, as we said earlier on, they have also partnered with Kyber Network, which they'll be using to help build a decentralized exchange. So that all looks very good. It's best to always be part of other cryptocurrencies which are successful, and they can all piggyback off one another. If we just lastly look at some of the token metrics for Icon, right now, let's just refresh this. The ICO reached a hard cap of 150,000 ETH, which was around 43 million US dollars. Each token was around 11 cents in the ICO, so the ICO participants have done incredibly well already. And right now, for people that have bought Icon since the ICO, you may be making a loss, but don't you worry, hodl that through, and I'm certain you'll be well rewarded. Just to give you a disclaimer, I invested in Icon for the first time at around $3 US, and then again at around $5 US, and then again at around $7 US. So, I'm also here making a big loss, but it's not a loss until you sell it, guys. Remember that. Right now, as we've said, Icon have gone onto their mainnet, but their token is still trading on these, what do you call them these days, on these exchanges like Binance as the ERC20 token. The ERC20 token was listed on Binance as the main exchange in December of last year, on which it became immediately one of the top traded currencies of that week. It has recently been listed on Korean exchanges Upbit and Bithumb, as we've suggested. The market reacted to Bithumb with plus minus 60% price increase in the following day since then. Further insights are foreseeing ICX being listed on Coin One within the summer of 2018, giving promising value growth potential. You may ask, why do we see that happening? Well, the DAYLI financial group actually own Coin One, the popular exchange in South Korea. You might like the look of this image I found, which is all the different aspects interconnecting Icon. You'll see here Icon in the middle, part of that interoperability alliance with WANchain and Ion. Of course, right here in the middle, you've got the loop, DAYLI financial or intelligence. I'm not too certain on what DaVinci is, but I can look into that. And then, of course, from that, you've got DaVinci Financial Group, which we talked about, and now Coin One, which we've suggested as well, very well-known exchange. And then, of course, some partners of DAYLI Financial and Intelligence is, there's one here, yeah, like Samsung. You're going to recognize that. A whole lot of others here, but these are mainly Korean businesses, which a lot of us probably aren't too familiar with. We'll also know that the Loop, which has built Icon's blockchain, is in partnership or working with SBI Ripple Asia. So that, of course, is very bullish as well, being aligned with Ripple. And like it or not, Ripple is right at the forefront of cryptocurrency and banking partnerships and all that crazy stuff. When it comes to Icon, Icon will also allow for the listing of ICOs. So it's another platform that can help with ICOs. There are a few coming up in June, I believe. Here's a quick tweet on some of them to look out for. Tink, Blue Whale, Sentinel Protocol, Smilegate, Silk Road, and Add Forth. The one that you probably want to look into most, guys, is Blue Whale. It's the one that I've been looking into quite a bit myself. And these will apparently be listed in June, but there hasn't been any particular date that's been set. But obviously, massive attention has been drawn on the event. And when it happens, I think it will obviously have really good price difference when it comes to if these ICOs are well respected, or of course people invest in them, and there's high demand for them. You also might know about Nucleus Vision. Nucleus Vision was also using Icon's platform to do their fundraiser, but didn't actually end up doing it as they raised too much money in their pre-ICO and decided not to go ahead with it. And then just to finish up here, when we come back to the threats against Icon and what's going to hinder Icon's growth, well, as a lot of you are aware, there was a lot of FUD in the market when it came to Korea's regulatory environment. It still represents several uncertainties over future actions. News of a ban of crypto trading by Korean Justice Minister in January created instability across the markets. However, the following signals are leading toward a pretty different direction, meaning it's looking a lot more positive. They just want to get this right and make sure that none of their citizens are getting burnt by this new technology and by this new investable asset class. Later in January, the regulator lowered the tones, declaring that the ban will be directed towards anonymous bank accounts to avoid money laundering activities. So they're kind of looking to regulate and look into more seriously these anonymous cryptos like Monero, Virgin, and things like that. And then, of course, these anonymous bank accounts, which you're able to get in South Korea, where you don't actually need to give any identity to open up these accounts. And then, of course, if you were to go on Binance and you're trading below a certain amount, you don't need to give your ID either. So they wanted to get rid of that, and basically get rid of potential money laundering in the market in Korea. Not mentioning any distrust in blockchain adopting by Korean institutions though, so they still like the blockchain and they're still really keen on regulating it and properly adopting it. In addition, Trade Commission of South Korea announced that shutting down crypto exchange will not be realistically possible due to governmental regulations. So another good pro from that is that no matter what they do, they can't shut down these crypto exchanges because there's going to be decentralized ones on the horizon, and they just want to make sure they get this right. So that is one thing that could hinder Icon, is that they are in a uncertain regulatory environment, and let's see where that goes. Really, I like to think that we're still very bullish on that. When it comes to the price prediction and where I see Icon in the next, let's say, 18 months or by the end of 2018, I do say to take my price predictions with a grain of salt, because anything could happen in the industry. If we're in a bullish momentum and we get to the end of 2018 with a lot of good news in the industry, and we might have seen a lot more regulation by then, so therefore a lot more institutional money. Icon are already very well established with the institutions in Asia and South Korea, so they'll be one of the first cryptos that a lot of the institutional money will look to throw their money at. So right now we're at just under $2, which is incredibly low, but still up a huge amount since its ICO of 11 cents. Its all-time high was, correct me if I'm wrong, it's around $12.47. So we're about 6.5 times below below its all-time high. The way I see it is Icon to be priced at the end of this year. I would say comfortably, if everything is aligns, we should hopefully see Icon between $40 and $65. We could even potentially see it as high as $100. The $100 price mark would make its market cap enormous, but that saying is that there's no other country in the world right now that is more keen on crypto than South Korea. And of course as well, they're backed by the DAYLI Intelligence and Financial Group. They're backed by theloop, who are building incredible blockchain technology for the future. And then, of course, they're also backed by DAYLI, who have Coin One as another exchange we can look forward to. So we should definitely see a rise in the price. So again, to reiterate my prediction, I would say $45 on the safe side, and I would say as a bullish target, $65 US, and then for an insane market growth, around $100 US. Remember, this is just my opinion. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do go through and do your own due diligence on all this stuff, because at the end of the day you can get incredibly burnt if you don't do any research and you're just taking YouTubers' words for it. As you know, a lot of people bought in December, January and have lost an enormous amount of money. But remember, you don't lose until you sell, ladies and gentlemen. So if you like the project, you like the fundamentals, you have long-term belief in it, then hodl the crypto until, I don't know, 2019, 2020. Let's see where Icon takes us. But again, I'm Maximilian, your crypto broker. I have kept you guys very long. If you have watched through all of this, thank you very much. Please do like it if you've enjoyed this. Please do share it with your friends and family if you think that it would be useful to them. And of course, comment below with your prediction on where we could possibly end up by the end of this year or the end of 2019. Again, I'm Maximilian, your crypto broker. Thanks again for your time, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Cheers then. So